If China can figure this out, why can't we here in the U.S.? Hi guys, I'm Forrester here. There's been a lot of discussion about school safety after the latest shootings in Florida. I just want to offer my opinion because I think I have a unique perspective seeing my granddaughter attend school in China. I love walking her to and from school every day when we're visiting there, and we're planning another trip in a few weeks. Now, right off the bat, I admit that my sample is small, n equals 1. I'd love to hear feedback from viewers in China with more experience all across the country. But every time we have a shooting here in the U.S., there's a flurry of debate about solutions. There's a lot of emotion, and everybody falls back on their pat answers. To the anti-gun crowd, they seem to only have one solution, and that's ban guns. Their approaches generally start with one type of rifle, and then it'll be easier to expand the ban to others later. The gun community takes a defensive posture usually, and they rally around the NRA. Now first, I want to give you a couple of general thoughts before I get into my top 3 solutions. First of all, important decisions like this shouldn't be made when emotions are running high. All we'll end up with are bad political decisions. Second, whenever I have a long to-do list, I always prioritize. Now, I've known some people who prioritize, but they put the hardest, most difficult thing to do first. At the top of my list are usually the things that will have the most impact for the amount of effort. Usually, they're what I would call the common sense solutions. So, what are the 3 top things that can be done to stop school shootings? First, let's see what they do at my granddaughter's school in China. Watch this short clip and I'll come right back.
小心。刘雨辰。
小子好。
Here are my top 3 solutions to stop school shootings. Number 1, limit access to the building. Did you notice the gate that surrounded my granddaughter's schoolhouse? There's only one main access point into and out of the school, and it's closed during the day. Now, the school that's right down the street from my house here in Columbia recently put up fences. It's effectively stopped me from walking around the school at night, and I don't particularly appreciate that, but the fences would not be effective in stopping a shooting because there are multiple entry points into and out of the school, and there aren't guards at each point. Which leads me to solution number 2, have guards at each point of entry to proactively protect the children. The guards at my granddaughter's school in China are very friendly. They call her by name every morning. But whether they would stop an intruder is another question in my mind. I would arm the guards. By the way, why does China have to put up fences or have guards at their schools when they limit access to guns? Well, if you follow their news like I do, you know that their problem isn't guns, but it's knife attacks at their elementary schools. You know, guns can do more damage than knives, but knife attacks are up close and personal. They're used at arm's length versus shooting at somebody down the hall and hopefully missing. This makes one point, though, that guns or knives aren't the problem. The real problem is a heart problem that we need to eventually address. If somebody is hurting to the point where they want to lash out at others, they'll use whatever they can get their hands on, whether it's a gun, a knife, or a rock. Well, I need to move on to my 3rd point. So number 3, train and arm selected individuals who will be inside the school. Now, I firmly believe that not everybody is meant to own a firearm, but there are people, both male and female, who can handle a weapon responsibly. They should be trained at least annually. They'll already be inside the building and will be motivated to defend and protect. And that's it. limit access, guard the entry points, and arm responsible teachers and administrators. The fences and training will cost money, but the armed guards won't necessarily cost more money. We already have law enforcement and National Guard, but there are also volunteers like myself who would gladly serve. I've considered applying for a constable's commission here in South Carolina. Constables are appointed by the governor of the state to assist their local law enforcement. They have to serve 240 hours of voluntary assistance to law enforcement to maintain their commission. But protecting their local schools would be a great way to utilize constables. Guys, there are plenty of other possible answers to stop school shootings, but these are my top 3 common sense solutions. Let's put a stop to these school shootings now. Y'all take care.